Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. I'm Joni Young and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to paint this seascape with a really dramatic perspective of being up here and looking way down below at the valley and the horizon and the sea. I'm working on an 11 by 14 double primed stretched canvas and I'm going to be starting the painting with my number 30 filbert brush. I have the following colors. I'll have a link below for the neon colors and a full list of all the colors I'm using today. We've got neon pink, neon orange, neon yellow, titanium white, neon rose, blue turquoise, dioxazine purple, and sap green. So the first thing I'm going to do is just wet my canvas with a little bit of water. This will help me blend and spread my acrylics easier. I'm going to start with my sunset colors down here, and I'll take a little bit of white, a little bit of yellow, and I'll just start right down here. Just a little bit of that yellow and white, then a little bit of both pink and orange, and I'm going to start doing shorter brush strokes. Pick up a little bit of white and add that here and there just to soften some of those out, make some lighter tones. And I'll add just a little bit up top here. I'm going to rinse my brush out. Now I'm going to take some white, a little bit of blue turquoise, and I'm going to start at the top of the canvas. And overlap some of the colors here. And I'm going to take a little bit of white, a little bit of purple with that blue. And then add some skinnier lines. And then we're going to have our sea right down in this area here. I'm going to come around the sides. Again, just with blue, purple, and white. I'm going to take a small filbert brush and a little bit of white, purple, a little bit of green. We'll start creating some hills and mountains. Just going slightly up and then back down. There might be some little islands. Add a little bit more green. going to come back up in here with a little bit of pink and white. And I'm just going to create these little diagonal scoops up into that bluey purple strip of cloud. Okay, then I'm going to take a little bit of orange and white. Go underneath the pink and slightly over it, applying the same brush stroke. Then I'm going to come underneath those other blue ones. I'm going to take a bit of yellow this time. Slightly overlap it on that blue turquoise so we create a little bit more of a green. And add a little bit down here in the horizon. Clean brush, a little bit more yellow and white. Add a little bit more color now, keeping it soft at the same time so it kind of glows. Okay, I'm going to go into my pink and orange, a little bit of white, and I'm going to bring this down, right down to the horizon. Over that part of the purple here. Okay, now I'm going to create some green bushes and foliage here, and then I'll come in with my stone balcony. So I'm going to switch back over to my larger filbert to get this covered quicker. Purple and green. Just take a scoop of each. And we're just going to go right here. This is where we're going to be standing and looking out over the edge. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is go down to a smaller filbert brush. This one's a number 8. And I'm going to take those same colors, no water on my brush, and I'm going to create the base dark layer for some leaves. So I'm just going to use the tip of my brush and then push and let off. It's hard to see these ones here. We'll come in with our lighter colors after, but I'm just going to tap to create a little bit of texture there. So you can also push, twist, and let off. You can start your leaves the opposite way. It's just whatever works best for you. So I'm going to have some plants in the foreground here and peeking through our railing. So I'm going to add a few here and there, maybe some palm leaves. So just a little arch like that, and a few little lines. And I think I'll have another one here. This is another way you can do it. And just pull it across like that, making them smaller and smaller, and then have a line going through. Or gently pull and flick. There's just so many different ways to approach painting leaves and palm leaves. But I like the filbert brush the best myself. Just going to have a few areas in here, just a little bit kind of messy like first, just pushing and tapping, making it a little uneven so we can add some more plants. We need this dark base coat first though in order for our lighter greens to stand out. Okay, so now that this layer is all dry, I'm going to come in with some white, a little bit of yellow, mix it up with my green, a little bit of purple, just to keep it a little bit more on the olive green side. And then just come in just inside those leaves. You can leave some of them, just some darker ones, underneath as well, so you get some layers in there. But you want to try and make them going in different directions. A little bit more white and yellow here. So just keep building up those layers. Twisting, wiggling, pulling off little smaller ones here. Add more yellow and white for some brighter areas. And then we're going to have some plants coming in along the stone. Make some bigger. We're going to have some coming down here. Kind of overgrowing on the floor. I want it to feel like, let's just add this line in here. We're going to create a low arch like this. So we get that perspective. Okay, so this is a little higher on either side. And then I'll just continue coming in with yellows and greens, a little bit of white. A little bit of purple in there too for some darker ones. And I'm going to take some orange, purple, a little bit of green, some white, a little bit more green to tone that, a little more earthy. And then just come in here. Make it feel like some flat natural stones. So just little misshapen ovals and flat kind of blobs. Then we could add a little bit of pretty cool shadows, a little bit of turquoise in there. just to complement all the other colors. Don't want to cover up all that purpley brown first layer of the stones. Just want to enhance. I'm going to add some of this on the top. And then I'll come in with a little bit of purple. And I'm going to add some darker stones, mixing the purple, turquoise blue, a little bit of orange and white. Some round ones, some rectangle ones like this. All different. I'm going to make a slight arch on these ones over here so that it feels like it's curving. Take a little bit of white, a little bit of blue, mix it up with a brownish color. Okay, then I'm going to come and weave in around these stones with some green and purple. Keep those lines nice and flat. I'm going to take a little bit more white in there, and I don't want this to look like it has too much of a gap in between, so I'm going to come really close to that black line, or the dark line. It looks almost black. Okay, I'm going to add some more to my leaves. A little bit of white, yellow, and green again. Pick up just a little bit of water on my brush. I'll add a few more coming down from the top here. So back to that dark color, and then a little bit of the light color inside. And a few little taps like this for maybe some little ferns. Just create some little vines. Now what I'm going to do is come under here with a little bit of blue and purple, a little bit of green, and some water so it's pretty thin. I want to create a shadow under here, but still keep those stones visible. So I just want this to be transparent. Then I'm going to add some rose-colored flowers here. This is Neon Rose by Holbein. I'm going to add a little bit of purple in there to start, not over mix. Just take a little scoop and I'll just add a few little dabs here. Coming down the side. Okay, then I'll take a little bit of white and that rose. And I'll add a few dabs. You don't have to worry about too much detail, it's just a suggestion. Little petals. I'm going to add a little bit more light down here. I'm going to mix up a little bit of pink, turquoise, white. Add a little bit more yellow to my brush. And wiggle a little bit, maybe growing in and around the cracks of the stones. And we could even add a few little boats in the water. So we'll just take a little bit of white, purple, and green. Very little amount of paint. And just a little flick like that. And a little scoop on the bottom. See, all it takes is just a little bit. to make it look like boats. I'm going to add a little light, a little lantern right here. So I'm going to take some white, a little bit of orange and yellow. And I'm going to add one right here. And another one right here. I'm going to wipe off most of the paint on a towel, and then I'm going to come around and add some of that light glowing. Around here. Add white inside. Make it nice and bright. And then come around the edge with a little bit more of my orange and yellow. Okay, then I'm going to take with a clean brush purple and green. And I'm going to go across the top to make the top of the lantern. Outline it. And make a little triangle peak on the top. I'll add a little line through. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is take my purple and green again, same brush, and I'm going to move over about 3 inches. Add a line here, add a line here. And we're going to create an arch. Up and over. On either side. Okay, then I'm going to take some white, purple and green. And we'll fill that in. And my sap green. So I'll use some purple and green. I'll just start to add some leaves and vines here. I think will look really pretty. Take a little bit of that yellow as well. Hope you guys are enjoying this one. I'm making this up here for you guys today. I want to thank you all so much for helping me reach 200,000 subscribers. I'm so excited. Never in a million years did I think that when I started my channel I'd have this many people want to watch and paint along with me. So thanks to each and every one of you for helping my channel grow, and more people can learn to paint. And share these videos and learn something new and get inspired. And I'm going to take a little bit of white and that neon yellow, a little bit of green, and now I can add another layer to make these more visible. Remember, when you're wanting to paint smaller, like these little leaves here, then just apply a lot less pressure. And it's nice to have some of them in shadow, so don't make them all the same color or brightness. Change it up by adding a little more purple, a little more green. or a little more white for the brighter areas. So when painting over a dark base, like this dark base we have, you're going to need a little bit of white to cut through that and make your color stand out. Otherwise it's just going to dry really dark. We've got the light, these little lamps, lanterns. I'm going to have a little bit brighter leaves around so it looks like the light's hitting them. Now I don't want to lose the really dark base underneath, so I'm just going to come inside and around some of these leaves. And just by doing this, we can make those leaves stand out even more. All these little touches really help. Helps to add a lot more depth. And ultimately making objects in your paintings 3D. I'll just add a few more leaves up here before I call this one done. That one's got a little bit too much white in it, so I can just go back and tone it with a little bit of purple and green. Add a few little vines here and there. All helps to add some charm to the painting. Very last thing I'm going to do is take some of my neon pink and add a few more tones and flowers. Some more pinky tones to some of these. And then a little bit on the rocks. Well, I can imagine myself standing right here with a glass of wine in hand and admiring that view. Thank you so much again for all of your amazing support, sending love out to you guys. Have a wonderful day and I'll see you soon. Bye.